What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Mfren podcast. So we got a lot to cover today in this podcast, so I'll make this quick and brief as possible. Um, so it's Wednesday, May 31st. So actually, I'm gonna upload this podcast after I'm done filming it as quick as I can, or set it for like 4:30, 5:30 in the afternoon, so I can get one last video up for the month of May because I haven't uploaded too many in May. I think this will probably be like my sixth or seventh video, I think. Um, Oh, what the fuck? The camera just glitched out and it's like not autofocusing. Okay, that was really weird. I don't know what the heck just happened. It just glitched out for like a split second. I don't know. This camera has a weird autofocusing thing. I don't know how to turn it off. There's literally like no setting for it, or you have to like download some a certain software app for it or whatever. Because I used this webcam when I was doing the Niagara Predators games this past year for the live streams, and everyone always kept complaining because it kept autofocusing, because like that's the only camera I can use to live stream. Like I could set up my G7X camera with it, but apparently like the frame rate was so off. Like it was literally like 5 frames per second. Like it was just terrible quality. So I had to go back to this one. I mean, it was brighter because it's 1080p, better than the what was the Logitech one I used to use for my podcasts. Um, that one didn't have an autofocusing problem. It just, like, the quality of it was just garbage. So again, I had to work with what I got. So some people weren't happy because like, oh, I can't see anything because the quality's too bad. But I'm like, this is all I like have to work with. So gonna upload this podcast later this afternoon. So I have one last video for the month of May, and then tonight, Natalie and I are going to a Milky Chance and Young the Giant concert at RBC Echo Beach in Toronto. So super excited for that first concert for me of the year. This will be Natalie's fourth concert. She's been to Louis Capaldi. She saw Taylor Swift like a few weeks ago and back in Boston. And then she actually last night with one of her friends, she went to see Louis Tomlinson at Budweiser stage, and then now she's going to one tonight again. So this will be my first, I think, of at least like 4 or 5 concerts this summer, because I want to go see Post Malone in July. I know the Strumbellas are coming to Jackson Triggs Winery, like near my house, which I've never been to before. I've never seen a concert there, so I want to go to that one. I want to see Future Islands and Weezer on July 4th at Budweiser stage. I also want to see Beck at Budweiser stage, but he's not coming until September. And I know there's a few other ones I had. I know Bryce Vine's coming to like Danforth Music Hall in like September. And I also know that someone else is coming to Scotiabank. Or not Scotiabank, I think it's Budweiser again. No, it's History Theater, where we saw Future Islands last year. Is Jake, and he's coming like end of August. Oh, and me and Natalie are also going to see 5 Seconds of Summer in like August 15th. That ticket she got for her birthday. And we also saw them last year too, if you remember that video. We saw them in, I think it was around the same time in July too as well. So yeah, a lot of concerts to go to this summer, so stay tuned for the concert videos. But I also don't know if I'm going to be able to upload that video in time, because, well, I'll probably won't get back to the concert at like midnight, because I think the Milky Chance is on at like 7:50, and I think Young the Giant doesn't come on till like 9:10 or like 9:20. So they'll probably be on for a good hour and a half. So then by the time the concert ends around like 10:30, then by the time we take the GO train home, I drop Natalie off at her house in Oakville, and then I get home, it'll probably be like midnight or like 1 a.m. Then I have to go to work at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, because I'm actually going to Vermont this weekend with Natalie and her family for her aunt's 50th birthday party. But we weren't originally supposed to leave until like Friday morning, so I booked the entire weekend off. So we were supposed to leave around like Friday midday, like 12, like 2 or so. And then she called me the other day and said that she wants to leave. Her parents want to leave now at 4 p.m. And then she just texted me this morning, or 4 p.m. on Thursday. And then she just texted me again that her parents want to leave now at 2:30. So now I have to get off at, instead of working 6 to 2 tomorrow, I work like 6 to 1 or 1:30, depending if it's not too busy at the store. So, and because I was going to try to upload this, you know what I think I might do? Maybe I might just say screw it. And then just as soon as I get home from the concert tonight, just edit the video, maybe not make it like too long or whatever, and then have it for like upload the next midday, and then just sleep on the car ride up there for like a couple hours, I guess. Or I just edit it on the way up there. I could always do that, and then depending on how good the Wi-Fi is at her aunt's house, maybe upload it there, or just wait until I get back home and then upload it like Monday or Tuesday or whatever. So, but we'll see, depending on how if I'm like pretty tired after the concert. So it's all or give or take at this point now. But besides all of that, we'll get into some things that happened in the past. So like I said in one of my recent videos, I was going to talk about how I won the 10K on FanDuel a few weeks back. So yeah, that was, so literally how it started was I came home from the gym, and then took a protein shake, or actually no, took some creatine after, and then after I was just chilling on my back deck, just sipping on a Coors Banquet, and just seeing what was going to hit tonight for NHL, because it was Game 5 for Florida and Toronto, and then Game 5 for Vegas and Edmonton. So I was trying to think, well, what's going to hit? So Toronto was like down 3-1 in the series, so I'm like, okay, I know they're going to be shooting all night on net. So I picked Nylander to get 6 shots, because I also looked at their game logs, like how many shots they had gotten in like previous games. So, and Tavares and Nylander had been hitting their highs. Like Matthews was kind of up and down, like he hadn't scored at all in that series, and he was getting like 2 to 3 shots a game. Like there was one game, the last game before, he had like 4 shots, and for him to get 5 shots that game was plus 500, which I probably should have taken, because he ended up getting 8 shots that game. And I only ended up taking Montour to get 3, but he ended up getting 9, because him to get 3 shots, I think, was like minus 180 or something. And then Nylander, which put the odds up a lot, Nylander to get 6 shots, I think, was like plus 360. And then in the Vegas game, I had Hyman to get 3 shots, and he ended up getting 4 in the first like 3.5 minutes of the game. McDavid to get 4 shots, Draisaitl to get 3, Eichel to get 4, and then Marchessault to get 6. And the only one I needed in the last like 11 minutes of the period, all I needed was Eichel to get 1 more shot, and he shot one right off the blocker. I'm like, okay, that's all I need is 3 shots from Marchessault. So Vegas goes on a 4.5-minute 4-minute power play, because they got a high sticking major. Edmonton did, and then Marchessault gets a pass from Mark Stone, shoots it right off the pad. I'm like, okay, 2 more shots. Then Eichel, like same play, still keep it in the zone. Eichel passes it back behind the net, off the boards to Marshall, rips it right off the pad again. I'm like, oh my god, one more shot. And if you haven't seen my reaction, I posted up on my TikTok. Just follow me on TikTok, Michael Freena, if you want to see it there. It was an insane reaction. My brother's friend Jake was over, and I was just livid. Like I had like chills going, like my heart was racing, like when people say like late night betting sweats, where you're like, you need like your last leg of your parlay to hit, and you're just sitting there like, oh my god, please hit, and you're like nervous and shit. That was how I felt that entire night. And then he gets another pass at the point, and then skates in, and then rips it right off the goalie's shoulder, and then that's how it hit. So then as soon as like, I think the game, after like 5 minutes after the game ended, got my winnings, and then like immediately withdrawed it right away. So it took a few days for it to transfer to my bank account. So yeah, that was pretty hype. And then won $155 the next day on another shots and goal parlay for the Seattle Kraken and Style Stars game. And I literally made that parlay like 5 minutes before the game started. And then was with my sister and my girlfriend at the casino the night after on Saturday, because we went to Dragify nightclub, because my sister wanted to meet a bunch of the Big Brother Canada cast, and then won $500 on roulette. So it was a pretty solid cash flow weekend for me. But yeah, it was literally insane. After all the times I've missed on so many parlays for like just missing by one leg, that felt so good to hit that. So it was a pretty solid moment in my betting career, I guess. But Yeah, it was pretty hype. But if you're wondering what I'm gonna spend it on, honestly, nothing for right now. I did buy myself some stuff. Like I got two new vinyl records, and I bought that blue. I don't know if you can see it. Well, it's out of frame anyways, but I don't want to move the camera because I don't want that shit to go blurry again. So I bought an American Eagle sweater. It was literally like 60% off, and I got it for like $30. I was like, all right, why not? And then the only other thing I think I might do for my car wise is either one of two things that I was thinking of buying for my car. I either want to get a new Android CarPlay unit because my Bluetooth is fucked, so I have to keep aux cording all my music, um, and or I buy new equal length headers for my car because when I last brought my car to Subaru from an oil change, I found out there's a crack in one of my cylinders, so it has like a weird like raspiness to the exhaust. Like when I'm like, it always sounds like there's like it almost sounds like I thought it was like a gasket was loose because there was like a rattling coming from like right under where the headers are. But I think it's time I got a new exhaust anyways because I think it's almost been, I think in like 2 weeks, I think it'll been 4 years since I've had my unequal length headers on. So obviously the wear and tear goes on it over time. But maybe this is time for me to get a new exhaust setup instead of having the Subi Rumble. I just have more like the high pitch rasp and have a bit more power with equal length headers. So I should probably maybe order those soon if I'm gonna go through with it because, or at least try to find ones that are in stock so I don't get these until like July or something. So I'll kind of look into that and then, or I was thinking maybe either like an air intake or like a front lip splitter. But other than that, I have really no other needs to. I mean, I guess now I said I can afford like a wrap for my car if I really wanted it. But I think the blue is just too like. It's just grown on me too much to like get rid of it. I mean, if anything, maybe I would trade it and get like an orange WX like this Koenigsegg poster I have back here. But we'll see. So it's just, again, it's just a thought. But I'm fine with the window tint and the roof wrap and my black trunk too as well. But now everyone keeps saying I need to wrap the hood black or get a carbon fiber hood. But I don't know if I want to do that two-tone where it's like blue on the sides and black on the top. I mean, unless if someone gives me one for free, then sure, why not? But or Sabon carbon fiber company hooks me up with a sponsorship, but doubt that'll happen. Anyway, so aside from BRZ mods, and then speaking of the movies recently, so recently in the month of May, I've seen me and Natalie saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's a really good movie. Loved it. Then we also saw the Blackberry movie. I actually really liked it too. It was a really good movie. And then we also this past Saturday, we actually saw the new Little Mermaid live action remake. And to be honest, I actually didn't mind it all that much. Like, I've seen the original like once or twice, I think. I mean, the animation was really good. The CGI gets a little wonky at some parts where you're like, holy shit, there's like way too much going on. But all the characters really good. The girl who played Ariel, I think it's Halle Berry, I think is her name. She did a really good job. Like, her singing voice was like amazing. Probably one of the, I think, the best parts of the movie. And other than that, I mean, there's no really else to say about it, but it was a good movie. Now, the only other one, what am I saying? I also saw Fast and Furious 10. I actually have a poster. I got, actually, when we were at the movies for The Little Mermaid, they just had like posters just chilling out by like the entrance or like where the people like check your tickets and stuff. So they were just sitting there, so I just quickly grabbed one, and then but it's only like a little mini one, so another car poster to add to my collection up here. But yeah, Fast X was a really good movie. I know like I kind of explained it in the video when I saw it with Max and Josh, but the only things I would change about it is that the type of cars they used in it it wasn't the greatest lineup of cars. Like, I think I'd say I probably prefer the cars they used in like Too Fast, Too Furious compared to Fast 10 because it's all the same shit. It's just like Dom, like, so at the scene when like when they go to Rome and they have to like stop this bomb from like going off in like the city, he basically just has his Charger from the last movie, because it was blue, like a dark blue in the last, or no, I think it was black in the last movie, and then he just has the same one but it's gray in this one. So I get he always has a charger of some sorts, but it's like I think a little bit of variety would help a bit. And then Roman drives another Lambo like he did in the eighth one that was like neon orange, except this time he has a Gallardo, which is like freaking bright gold. And then Han, of course, has his another orange and black car, like kind of like the Koenigsegg two-tone here, because he drove a Supra in the ninth movie, and then he drove like a little Alfa Romeo in this one. So I mean, I guess it was all right. And then Jason Statham was literally in it for 5 minutes, but obviously they're doing a part Fast Furious 10 Part 2 and Part 3, so I guess they'll have to, again, I don't know what other else like high stunts they could do with this, because like again, the only other thing they could do, because they've gone to space, they've done flying cars or the cars in space, they've done like harpoons, cars getting harpooned and shit. I think the only other thing they could do is literally some sort of like a submarine car or like a flying car, I guess technically, and then or either have well, actually, I guess the newest thing they did is John Cena has like a car that just shoots like missiles and shit. So I guess that was one of the newer things they had. But yeah, other than that, there was just like the variety. Like there wasn't as many cars as I found in this movie. Like, and Jason Momoa has like he's like an old Monte Carlo that's like purple that he drives in Rio with the one race with Dom, and then I can't remember the car he has at the end. It's some like red and black two-tone muscle car, and it was okay, but again, I was expecting a little bit more variety. But I think because I think what they most likely will plan to do is, because they've referenced Brian in the movie again, but I think what they are probably gonna do is if he's not in the next one, there'll probably be a post-credit scene, and then they'll probably do what they did in the seventh movie where they just use his brothers and then CGI his face, but actually make it look so it's like really lifelike without it like kind of like you can tell that it's like a CGI background and stuff. And then hopefully he drives a Skyline, because I'm hoping for more JDM cars in the Fast and Furious movies, because we've kind of been lacking on that since like Tokyo Drift or Fast and Furious 4 for that matter. But yeah, that's one thing I think I'd change with the movie. Get a better car or more variety of lineup of cars, and then because most cars you see in the movies are just like for show, or it's just like for one scene they just walk by it and they never drive it. Like in the beginning when they show up to the Toretto house, there's like a fucking Pagani and they have like an Acura NSX out in the driveway, and I think they had it was like that new electric Challenger, but like no one drives it ever. It's just there just for show, I guess, or like background cars, but it's just wasted potential in my opinion. So we're almost 20 minutes now. And then the only other thing I've been recently been doing, I've been trying to go longboarding a lot more, because I think I did that once last summer. But again, I was like in 2020 and 2021 when like I guess nothing was open or you couldn't really do much. That was the only thing to do when me, Josh, and Kai would always go longboarding and shit like after work. And I think it was one day, I think it was summer 2020. I think me and Kai and Josh literally hung out for like almost 2 weeks straight. Every night after work, we always did something together. It was either we would go swimming at Kai's, or we'd come chill at my house, watch sports, or we go longboarding, or we go for a drive in Josh's Jeep. Like literally, we always made sure we did something together, because we try to just be outside as much as possible during the summer. And I mean, if you guys saw it in my videos from like 3 summers ago, like literally me and Josh and Kai were always hanging out or doing something together. And then if there's anything else that's new, actually I wanted to check quick really. Where is it? Oh yeah, when I was going to the gym this morning, I dropped my phone when I was coming out of my car, and it's not really noticeable, the crack on the screen. It's mostly like you sort of like it's like more so under like where the 6 is and stuff. So maybe I might before I go to get Natalie today, before the movies, I think I might quickly go get a new screen protector from the Penn Center, or maybe a new phone case for that matter, because this rubber one is starting to fall off or starting to get like grimy a lot more. 'Cause sometimes when I have it in my like jeans pocket or whatever, I get like all the lint and stuff on it, and like everything just sticks to it or whatever. So it's kind of annoying in that sense. Um, but and then I also have to pack for when we go away this weekend. I mean, I don't really need to pack like much. I'll just pack like, well, for her aunt's birthday, I'll probably just actually there's a new shirt. Me and Natalie the other day when a few weeks ago we were at the outlet mall 'cause she had to um she was looking for outfits for when she was going to the Taylor Swift concert, and then she saw this shirt at Old Navy that she thought I might like, and I think it's got peaches on it or something. I gotta find it. It's in my bags or somewhere hanging up in my closet. So I'll probably bring that shirt this weekend, and then just a couple t-shirts, shorts, one or two pairs of jeans, two hoodies, and that's pretty much all I need. And then I was thinking of maybe bringing my drone if I could get some cool drone shots out there, but I doubt I'm gonna have service out there or be able to use my data without costing a fortune in my internet bill. So again, maybe might bring it in case. We'll see. If not, it's not that big of a worry. And again, I don't know how much I'm gonna be filming out there anyways. I mean, maybe just might film a couple of clips and then maybe throw it into like a webisode depending on like what I film like the week or the couple days after that. So I'll keep that in mind. And then probably just wear my Blue Jays hat. So I have a hat if I need one. And then also can't forget a pair of sunglasses. And that's pretty much it, honestly. Because to me, I'm one of those packers where I like to pack light because I don't like to overpack or don't need to. Because I think I did that when we went to my cousin Scott's cottage, like the last time we went there in 2021. I think I packed like super light, or maybe it was the year before that. I think it was the year before that. I think I packed like only my duffel bag, and I think like by day 2, because I think we were only there for 4 or 5 days. And I think by the second day, I was like, shit, I think I only brought like 3 t-shirts or whatever. Because then I didn't think I'd need that much. I mean, because you never know if like you're going to spill something on your shirt or whatever, or if it's going to like get drenched in water or something. So, the only other thing I was planning to pack, I texted Natalie the other day and I was like, does your aunt have a pool by any chance? And she's like, no, unfortunately not. And I was like, oh, okay, just thought I maybe might pack a bathing suit in case. She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, sorry about that. I was like, all right, no worries. Figured I'd ask. And then if I didn't, and then she has a pool, and I'm like, well, should have brought a bathing suit in case, but now I know. But yeah, I already, like, looking at my closet, I'm already, like, eyeing down what I need to pack, so it won't take me too long. It should take me, like, 20 minutes at the most, and then basically just got to get my phone chargers and all that, and then my passport. Obviously, you can't forget that either. And then we're all set. Also, unpopular opinion, I think Gatorade Zeros, or at least the berry one, tastes better than some of the original flavors. Like it's weird. Like this is sugar free, but I think it just tastes better than the actual lemon lime. It's like the regular one. I don't know if that's weird, but like it just, I don't know, something about this just tastes like the mixed berry one is definitely my favorite of the Zeros. But yeah, there's some, I think, okay, my favorite Powerade, or not Powerade, fuck Powerade, favorite Gatorade flavors. So the Gatorade Frost, like that light teal blue one, the regular orange, the Zero mixed berry, and probably lemon lime. There's some like weird. Oh, actually, and then probably an honorable mention. The 5th one, probably the glacier one, like the white cherry flavor. And then, yeah, that's basically it. There's some other ones, like there's some weird, like there's like one that we have on my store. It's like a greenish one, but like when you look at it in a certain light, it looks like it's like swamp water, or it's just so like it's like what you'd like if you like dunk a bottle into like a lake or something and like you put it up to the light, like that's the water it would look like, or swamp water as everyone would call it. And then also side note about the concert tonight. So it's at RBC Echo Beach, which is it's pretty much, it's like near Ontario Place, so I think it's like right beside. Actually, I might just Google that quickly, but I'm pretty sure it's right beside right beside where Budweiser stage is. So we would just get off the GO train station at Exhibition, then just walk over. So RBC Echo Beach maps. It's there's Ontario Place. No. Fuck. Go back to maps. Jeez. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Or just look at photos. Actually, that actually looks pretty dope tonight for the concert. So again, it's just regular generic seating, so it's like first come first serve. I don't need to be like super close to the stage. If I can be within like, I don't know, like 50 feet or something, I think I'll be okay. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's literally so yeah, so Budweiser stage is right here, and then Echo Beach is so it's literally they're literally like right beside each other. I'll just look at it from a so yeah, it's pretty much like the same. So pretty much we would have to take the same entranceway or the other side entrance to get to it. So pretty much we're going the same area as if we were going to Budweiser stage. So again, I'm not too worried about getting lost in Toronto. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited about the concert tonight. First of many for the summer for me. And then again, because usually every concert I go to, I try to buy merch. I haven't done that at so I've done that at Hoodie Allen twice. I did it at Kendrick Lamar with my cousin Alex that we saw almost 5 years ago actually. And I did it at what else did I do it at? Did it at Future Islands. I didn't do it at 5 Seconds of Summer. I did it at Glass Animals, not Jack Harlow. I think that's it so far. So we'll see Young the Giant, whatever, depending on what they got there, or maybe I might buy one of their vinyls if they have any for sale there. But the only shitty thing is that like when you buy like something like then you have to hold it the whole time, and then plus if I'm gonna be vlogging with my camera, or maybe I'll get Natalie to film or something. If I decide to buy a vinyl there, depending on how much it is, or I might just buy a T-shirt maybe if they have one from their their album with My Body song on it. I think that's their main album. I think it's literally just called Young the Giant. I think that album. It's not that. Nope. Yeah, it's literally Young the Giant Special Edition. So if they have like that album printed on a T-shirt, maybe I might buy it. If it's not like if the T-shirt is more than like okay. I think like if a T-shirt is more than $60, I might say no to it. I don't even know what's the most I spent on concert merch for. Like my Future Islands T-shirt, I think was like $35. I think I think the Glass Animals, the long sleeve, I think that was like 70 maybe. I don't remember actually. I might have to check back that video if I said it or not. But regardless, it's gonna be a fun time tonight. I'm super excited. Yeah, I felt like I had more to say in this podcast, but yeah, pretty much it's going to be a busy weekend for sure. So I'm literally gonna get home super late tonight from the concert. Then depending if I want to edit this video and just fucking just full send it through the night, and then get up for 6 in the morning. Probably if I decide to edit the video, probably get like 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep. Get up for work for 6 in the morning. Work till 1:30. Come home, grab my stuff. and then head on the way to Natalie's, and then head off to Vermont, and then maybe sleep on the way there. So yeah, solid weekend. So I'm excited. And I think this weekend's going to be pretty great weather. Tonight's supposed to be pretty great. It's already like 26 degrees out right now. So it's going to be a good night. But by the time like 5 p.m. rolls around, I'll get it. Like it'll. Wonder who that could be. Call from 1-800-652. Holy shit. See, it's always the stupid telemarketer numbers. I think one day whenever I move out, I'm not going to get a home phone number. I'm just going to stick to my cell phone number and that's it. I don't need random people calling the house for like random shit. I think that's what most people are starting to do nowadays is just get rid of their home phone numbers because it's like, why? Like, because now everything's just a scam number. And even I get it too with my phone too. Like I get random texts like I think if I still have some of my spam logged. Like yeah, here like Interact e-transfer, like Post Canada, and like I get all these stupid West 49 like bro, like because I think like I don't know if West 49 is going out of business or something, but they keep pushing these texts all the time because I bought like a t-shirt from there for like 4 or 5 years ago, and like I thought I stopped because Blue Notes did that too, where they're like, here, get $5 off your first or your purchase, but it's only a one-time thing. So why do they keep sending me the text? Like here, West 49, stock up on summer items, buy one get two free, store-wide mix and match. Like 2 free are they that desperate to get rid of their shit that they're just going out of business? Or unless like that's just how they are right now. Like, and I get another text from like a 205 area code. Excuse me, where should I go to find the sports drink I need? And like, it's just so funny. Like I get all these stupid Bell like, free Bell like Canada message where it's literally like someone leaves a voicemail and it's literally like 2 seconds and then it's like end of message. To press 1, please hang up and try again or whatever. It's like it's just so annoying. And I think I might have mentioned this in a podcast before, but I kept getting ever since I have had my phone number, regardless of how many phones I've changed, my number stayed the same. And I kept getting this call for like the longest time asking someone, hey, is Barry there? And I was like, no. And like this happened when I first got my phone. I was like finishing grade 8, going to grade 9. Like when I first had my first Samsung Galaxy 551 phone, was the slide up one. I don't think I have it anywhere. It's probably somewhere in my basement or whatever. But ever since then, I always kept getting a call. Like someone's like, hey, is Barry there? And I'm like, no. And then it happened until like, I think 2 years ago, I got a call at work the one day, and it was from like, I don't know, I can't remember what the area code was, but I picked it up because I was like, it sounded like familiar. I'm like, okay, maybe I might know who this is. I just don't have their number saved. And I pick it up and it's like, oh, hi, is Barry there? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, who are you looking for? And they're like, oh, like this, so and so. And I'm like, at that point I was like kind of dumb. Like, I was just like, I'm like, I don't know if you've constantly asking for him, because like I've been getting this asking for Barry for like 7 years now. Like, I don't think this is his number. And I think it's because the area code was the same, or like they mixed up one number and like the last 4 digits of my cell phone number, and that's why they kept getting me confused with this Barry guy or whatever. It was just like the funniest thing. I'm like, this is going on forever, and they're still calling, asking for the same guy. You think by now they would have figured out that, okay, this is not this guy, and maybe we just have the number wrong, but of course not. They don't figure out to check that. So I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it's not like they were like calling, like asking for anything in specific. And then actually the most random call I got recently, I was on the way home from Natalie's house like maybe a month or so ago, and I get a call and it says like, oh, hi Michael, I just want to know that your wheels you ordered for your Subaru came in. And I was like, okay, like, and it was some Asian girl calling, and like she had a very thick accent, and I was like, how do you know I drive a Subaru? And it's like, oh, like you said our I think it was like some website I entered like what car I drove to get like a discount at the checkout for like, I think it was like Tuner Cult, I think, when I ordered my t-shirts from there like back in 2016. And I was like, no, I didn't order any wheels. And then I was like, and then she's like, oh, okay, sorry about that, have a good day. And I'm like, Like, what the heck was that? Like, it was so weird. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, did someone make an order with my name? And I was like, well, I don't have any transactions saying that I bought wheels or anything. So I'm just like, hey, it was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, unless you want to send me wheels for free, then sure, why not? But yeah, anyone can agree with this. But spam callers and spam texts are just stupid annoying. That's why, like, I think I have like 60 block numbers, and then I just get random numbers from like New Jersey or like Halifax or like New Brunswick, like Oregon, like Shanghai, China for that matter. Like, it's just calls from everywhere, honestly, at this point. Um, but yeah, I think I'll probably wrap up the podcast here. We've been on for like what 36 minutes now. Other than that, that's pretty. Oh, actually, one other thing. Speaking of the NHL, or speaking of sports, I think I talked about sports earlier, but sports and stuff. So I'm in a playoff hockey pool with a bunch of my friends from high school, and my buddy Nolan's running it. And I think it was like you put in $10, and I think there's like 16 total. So $10 for a total of 160. Whoever wins. So we each got drafted a team, and then I got picked the Florida Panthers. And at first I thought, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm done. Like Florida's gonna get destroyed by Boston. They come back and win, and that series after being down 3-1, and they beat Toronto 4-1, and they sweep Carolina. Now they're playing Vegas in the final. So I'm riding the Florida train. So hopefully they win and get $160. I think it's $160. I'm pretty positive. So, and yeah, who would have thought that Florida would be in this? Because sometimes I still forget. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. If Florida wins the cup, I get $160. Let's go. So I'm hoping they can beat Vegas, because anyone but Vegas. And I think Florida's got the better story, because the fact that, and I keep saying this, Buffalo could be Florida right now. If Buffalo would have won one more game, they could have been the Florida Panthers right now. I don't know if they would have beat Boston, maybe, but like, just imagine if that was Buffalo. They come back and beat the greatest regular season team of all time after being down 3-1 in that series. You knock off the Leafs in 5 games. Then you sweep the Hurricanes. Now you go to play. Imagine that. Buffalo's in the final against Eichel, who is his former team on Buffalo. Like, I think that just would have been like insane story right there. But yeah, I'm cheering for Florida, because they have Reinhardt and Montour, who used to play on the Sabres, and I think it's a better story for Tkachuk too, because that dude has literally been like insane these playoffs. So yeah, I'm calling it right now. Florida in 5 or 6, I think. I think Florida's just gonna be too much, or Tkachuk is just gonna be too much to handle for Vegas. I think he's gonna get under their skin pretty good. And then I think Bobrovsky is just gonna go like God mode and just get like pull a Vasilevsky and just get like 3 shots in a row or something. But yeah, super excited. So the game is this Saturday, so maybe we might throw it on it when we're over at Natalie's aunt's house for that day. So, but yeah, super excited for the wrap up playoffs, and then NBA finals start either tomorrow night or Friday night, I think, between Miami and Denver. To be honest, I don't really care who wins that. I think it'd be good for either team, because you get Jokic or you get Jamal Murray, Canadian, to win his first finals, or Jimmy Butler, or as people are calling him, Himmy Butler, because they went off. Dude, I can't believe Miami almost fucking blew that series to Boston. They were up 3-0, and then they lose 3 straight, and then Boston shits the bed in Game 7 at home in Boston, and they lose, I think, like, I don't know what the final score was, but I think they lost by like 10 or something points. But I remember, I think Jason Tatum went like 0 for, or like 1 for 9 on 3-pointers, which is insane, because Game 7 in the series before against the Sixers, he went off and had 51 points, like 13 rebounds, like 9 assists. Like, guy was insane. And then he just shit the bed in the game that means the most. So, but yeah, I think I'm calling right now Denver and Florida to win. Or actually, that'd be sick if Miami and Florida both won. So like two Florida teams. That'd be pretty sick. But I think we haven't had that last time since the Tampa Bay Rays won and the Tampa Bay Lightning, or I think it was the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl and Tampa Bay won the Cup. I think that's what it was. Tampa Bay, yeah, Buccaneers, they won in 2021, and 2021 the Tampa Bay beat Montreal when there was like that playoff bubble final. But yeah, correct. 40 minutes. So yeah, that's going to do it for the Mfren podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next podcast.